Hello and welcome to another new episode of Learning Simplified. In this tutorial, we are going to learn how to insert a full page video background into your web project. And we'll be learning it both in the easy way and in the hard way. Now, as we can see here that this is a video that is being inserted as a page background. And it is getting a responsive full page preview. If we just press Ctrl+Shift+M, and we can see that it is now getting loaded into your 320 by 480 browser, and this is the output as it is seen over here. In the first case, we will be learning about it in the easiest way, and then we will be reaching for the harder way. And don't worry about these kids, both of them are my nephews, and you may say that they are just nightmares, they are just menace. They might seem a little bit shorter to you, but both of them are like nightmares. Oh my god, just save me from these kids. Okay, now let's start. Let's learn about this video. We have created a video folder inside our main root folder, and inside this video folder we have placed the video, which is at a width of 1207 by 720 pixels, and it has a total size of 11.4 megabyte, as you can see over here. So this is the video that will be needed, and we will be needing a separate full page video.html page, and we have created a full page video.css file for this individual video page. So here it goes. These are the basic needs, those we will be needing here, and we have created this html5 page. One thing must be clear first of all, that in case of a video supporting web browser preview, you will be needing html5 instead of a normal html. As you know that html5 supports these video tags and source controls and other those sort of things. So we will be needing this html5 page, and that is what is being created over here. As you can see that this is a doc type html declaration. Then comes the HTML language declaration. Within the head part, we can see that this is the meta charset definition, which defines the charset properties into the page. We are currently using this UTF-8, and then comes this meta HTTP equivalent, which actually defines supporting in case of Internet Explorer browsers. And the last of thing is this meta name viewport. We are living at the edge of a mobile responsiveness, and that is why we will be needing our site to become a mobile responsive, and that's why we are using this particular syntax over here. And after that we will be needing a title, so we are providing a title. So here it goes, and in this full page video.css file we have created this @charset property that should be used in your .css format. And inside this CSS document, the first thing that we are doing, we are using an universal selector to make the declaration of margin 0, padding 0 condition. So that's it. And in the next case we are using this general selection tag. There it goes, and inside this full page video.html we now have to link this stylesheet.css page with our main HTML page. That means this full page video.html, and this is what we are going to do. Relevance is style sheet, type is text by CSS. Now we have done it so far, so let's get back to our project and reload, and we can see that this is the output. So the link is established. Now let's get back to full page video.html, and here first of all we are providing a video source, and we are creating an ID for it. We have to define the source file now. This is the main containing folder inside which we are using this particular file with a .mp4 format. Now let's get back to our project and reload, and we can see that the video has been inserted into our page. But this video is not up to the mark. It is now practically leaving a particular margin from your right, as we can see. So we have to make it a full page one. Now we had created an ID into our video tag in this full page video.html. Remember? So all we have to do now, we have to copy this video sample from here, and we have to get back to our full page video.css, and here we have to define it. So there it goes. First of all, that the width should be 100%. We are making this position fixed. Now we have to reorder this position. So all we are doing, we are stating that from top it will be leaving no margin, and from left it won't be leaving any margin either. So this is what up to this part. Now if we just press Ctrl S and get back to our project, first of all, see over here, this is the video that is being played into your HTML browser. Now if we reload, we can see that due to these conditions, this video has been now a full page responsive, and it is back in action. It is actually placed into position, and if we press Ctrl Shift M, we can literally say that from top it is leaving no margin, and from left it is leaving no margin either. So that is why we have used this kind of things over here. Here it goes. The width has been 100% and the position is being fixed. From top it is leaving no margin, and from left it is leaving no margin. Now another thing, if we use here mean width of 100%, and now if we specify that mean height is 100% too, what should be the difference? We are reloading. There's actually no difference in the display in this normal condition into this desktop preview, but if we press Ctrl Shift M, we can see that this is the output. In case of if we use this particular mean width declaration and this mean height declaration, all we can see that in case of a responsive preview, now the video is getting this full page, but the problem is somewhere else. Can we see any faces here? It is now getting unseen. In practicality, it is now getting trimmed in accordance to your device width, and that is why we cannot see any faces. All we are seeing some moving pixels into our web page, into our browser. In case of a mobile responsive preview where we would like to have a full page display, I would like to recommend you this particular thing, that is declare this width, ignore this mean height. No need to specify this mean height over here. Just reload, and we can see that this whole video is now being displayed in front of your eyes. And instead, if you want to have a full page display as we have witnessed in our previous case, then only you can declare this mean width or this mean height condition over here. Now here we will be talking about the easiest way. So what is the easiest way? The easiest way is, we do not call any kind of JavaScript here. We actually do not need to program anything over here. In case of HTML video tag, if we specify this particular syntax such as controls, there's absolutely no need of specifying anything. If we now reload, get back to normal preview, if you just click on it, you can see that the video is being paused. If you click again, you can see that the video is now being played. Secret behind it is, in case you have mentioned this particular syntax known as controls, it is now generating every kind of controls into your video, such as this play, pause, or seeking, or volume control, those sort of things. But as you have mentioned the position to be fixed, and that is why this control panel is getting invisible to you. It is now getting barely visible to you, and all that is left to work in this particular case is only the pause or the play interactive button. This is a true problem. In case of a web viewer's perspectiveness view, then we can see that this is rather rendered a very impracticable thing to implement into your website, into your web page actually. And that is why if we need something more interactive that is getting visible to the user, that is getting more prominent to the user, and one will understand that in this particular place I have to click to play this part. Then in that particular case we need to carry on this task into some harder way, and that is why we need to call a button into our page, and we need to call in some JavaScript, some functions. We have to define some functions, variables, and those sort of things. So this is what we are now going to see, but first of all we need to make some kind of amendments over here. So let's get back to full page video.html, and here we'll be making some more amendments. Let's check it out.